Five Nights at Freddy's may seem like an ordinary horror game, but there's a secret hidden deep inside the video game. I've been a die-hard Five Nights at Freddy's fan for not just my entire adult life, but well into my childhood as well. I play Five Nights at Freddy's every single day. In my 9 years of playing Five Nights at Freddy's, I never encountered this strange, unexplainable mystery until now. You're not gonna want to miss what's coming up next. Welcome back everyone to People Playground Creepy. Your number one spot in the scariest horror mythos in gaming. Let's hop right into the story. On October 1st, 2023, I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's 2 on a max difficulty custom night. Strangely, even though I am a seasoned Five Nights at Freddy's veteran, and this is no challenge to me, this Halloween night in particular was different. By 3 AM, it was seeming to be a pretty normal night. The only differences I was noticing was that the animatronics were a little more active than usual. At 3 AM, however, I opened the camera, and when I closed it, I wasn't in the office anymore. My character couldn't open the camera back up, and I was in a dark subway with all the lights off. I could move around freely, and it was almost looked like something in the source engine. I found the exit to the subway, and when I left, I found a strange burning city cast over by the nighttime darkness. I hear Age groaning from a nearby alleyway. I suppose something must have heard my footsteps. It approaches. Skibbity, 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 skibbity. Then I see it. A strange toilet moving under its own power, with a human head and elongated neck protruding from the bowl. It approaches at alarming speed, with an evil grin wide on its face. I raise my hands to cover my head in defense, and as it gets close I feel it suddenly stop, then I hear a flush. I lower my guard and look up, and see the head flush down the now ordinary toilet. A relatively normal bed with a camera for a head looks at me and gives me a thumbs up. I look around to see if there are more toilets, and then my Five Nights at Freddy's 2 application crashes.
Well, hello. Let me start this off by letting you get to know me a little bit. I am a 27-year-old man who lives alone. One evening I was playing on the new Super Mario Bros. Game on my Nintendo DS. The night was very uneventful until I got to stage 2-3. Now I was not on my first playthrough, so I immediately realized something was wrong after when I went into the pipe, everything was covered in blood. There were no enemies, except one. It was a giant piranha plant that was black with red dots. The rest of the level was about the same from the lack of the enemies and the blood covering the walls, until I finally cleared the level. When it sent me back to the world, the entire desert had turned into a hellish wasteland. The sand was red with blood, the sky was an ominous gray color, and the water had also turned into blood. I went along thinking it was strange, and finally got to the boss level. Now once I got to the boss fight room, there was no mummy pokey like I was expecting. It was that same piranha plant from 2-3. Out of nowhere, I heard Mario do a scream that I had never heard before, and the game shut. Now this shocked me, so I decided to set the game down for the rest of the night. The next day I woke up and immediately picked up the game. I started it up, but Mario wasn't there. He was completely missing from the game. I tried making new save files, Mario was gone. So I finally decided to give up on it. I went to GameStop to return the game, but the night after I returned the game, I had horrible nightmares about that piranha plant. Every time I would manage to fall asleep, it would show up in my dream. It would tear me to shreds and eat me whole, promptly waking me up. It's been like this for days now, and I'm at my wit's end. Please, if anyone knows anything about this, please contact me.
Whatever you do not play Sonic at 11:27 p.m. Let me start off by saying I am a 30-year-old Sonic the Hedgehog enjoyer who has played the series ever since the game first released. It was 11:27 p.m. when I saw there was a new Snog the Hedgehog game on Steam.com, and being the avid lover I am of Sonic games, I picked up the game in a heartbeat. Little did I know the mistake I had just made buying this game. I went to my email to look at my receipt, but the Outlook was down. My email. I thought, huh, that's strange, but shrugged it off, not knowing that Sonic, the evil, had taken my Outlook.com. I opened the game and booted it up, but suddenly I had to pee really badly, so I went to go pee in my bathroom. But little did I know what I was about to come back to. When I came back from peeing really hard, I noticed that suddenly the title screen had a Sonic with big evil eyes, and the title now said Sonic the Evil instead of Sonic the Hedgehog like it usually would. I was like, what the freak? The water was filled with blood and corpses of animals were floating across it. And I was so scared, I was very scared indeed. I almost passed out, but made myself hit the start button. And then, suddenly, smoke started to rise from my Xbox One as the green light went evil red and devil hordes came out of the side. And I was like, what the freak? Is Sonic making my Xbox red? I yelled as the fans could be spinning really loudly, making it really hard to hear. But what I could hear was Sonic laughing when I looked up, with blood coming out of his mouth like a rabid animal. I was so scared, I was terrified. The game started as me as Tails against my will in Green Hill Zone, except Green Hill Zone was covered in blood and gore and everything was super hyper realistic. And then suddenly Sonic came from the top of the screen and crushed Tails with his foot and he exploded. And then Sonic looked at me and said, "You're next, ninja," and I cried so hard I peed in my bed. Then my Xbox flew at me and hit me in the head, and then I blacked out. And when I remember, I woke up in hell, and Sonic was looking right at me and said, "What's good, ninja? Surprised to see me?" And I begged for my life, yelling, "No, please, Sonic, no, no!" But it was too late, and he took my arms, my legs off, and I bleeded everywhere. It was so hyper-realistic, and I saw Stanley, Satan, smiling, and then I died, and I could have passed out. But then I woke up in the hospital, the doctors diagnosed me with schizophrenia, and I lived to tell the tale of Sonic the Evil, and why you should never buy Sonic or play Sonic again at midnight on the PlayStation.
Make sure to like and subscribe to People Playground Creepy.